Hey.
Francis.
And Floyd.
Francis.
And Floyd.
Welcome back, guys.
Episode 3 of the Francis and Floyd podcast. 3 episodes in, but I feel like we've been doing a hell of a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Oh my God. YouTubing, creating content, Facebook, creating content, Instagram, Twitter.
Brainstorming every day, nonstop.
On top of that, you work a full-time job.
Yes.
I work a full-time job.
Got full-time dog, full-time kid. Yeah, man.
It's a lot.
But it's been fun.
It has been fun. We've been putting a lot into this podcast. Matter of fact, I'm sweating my ass off right now.
Yeah. He's the tech guy, so he has to do all the work while I sit around and drink seltzers.
That's usually how it works. So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about on the podcast. I know we talked about this, but this entire Will Smith, Jada Pinkett,
oh Lord,
entanglement nonsense. Yo, so the whole thing happening with Jada, and then August Alsina going on right before he's about to drop an album. Then Jada's like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you shame me in a public eye. I'm gonna go to the red table, and then taking Will to the red table, which was just, in my opinion, a terrible idea. But how do you feel about it?
Oh, I don't want to take up the whole podcast because I can talk about it all day. I'm conflicted. One, it's none of our business.
True.
These two individuals have going on in their marriage. It's a blessing that they shared it with us. To me, August Alsina is a simp.
Why?
Really? You waited 4 years or whatever years to tell the world that this whole affair with Jada? Come on now. And then his album drop? If he wasn't dropping an album, I would probably feel some way for him being in love with her. But he dropped an album.
Yeah, but you can't blame an artist, August Alsina, for bringing this up, for dropping an album. He understands entertainment.
What took him so long?
He wasn't dropping an album. He was
sick. He knew exactly what to do at the right time. And then my next part is Jada and them being like 21-year age gap. That's some like...
Let Jada get her cougar on.
Okay, he's a young kid. He's sick. He has all these issues, and you're going to bring him into your family with your kids and help him out and heal him. But in reality, she was healing him all right. She was feeling him
When she started to heal him, she started to fall for him.
Exactly.
Because, he was initially, he was friends with
her kids.
With Jaden. Jaden introduced
more creepier.
him.
So I want you to think about that. That's where I'm stuck right now in the middle, too, is... How would you feel? Hey, I'm a fixer. I'm a Jada. Okay, in that sense. And you're always looking to help people. We invite one of our kids' friends over here.
Yeah, but we're married, though.
They were married, too. And then they went through a separation.
Right.
Okay, then they went through a separation.
Oh, you're saying if we were married, this happened, then we separated.
I started hooking up with one of my son's friends, 21 years younger than me. After we took him in, helped him out.
I mean, that would be strange.
It's just strange.
I'm sure Jaden is like, yo, mom, what the hell?
They were separated. So how is she cheating if they both disclosed that they were separated? You think Will was like sugarcoating some stuff for her, or where did all this whole cheating stuff come from?
First of all, I don't think they were separated. I think that was a made up lie.
I think they're swingers, really.
That's been the rumor forever, with them messing around with Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes and all these other different people. Charlize Theron, Will Smith used to mess with.
Charlize?
Yeah, they used to have a little thing too, allegedly, right? I think this whole entire thing, as far as them being separated, was made up. Will was like, yo, we have to take this moment and we have to figure out a way to spin it.
We have to normalize it.
To make us look good. Mm-hmm. So let's say we separated for a time. I don't blame August Alsina. He did the right thing. Nobody was talking about August Alsina. August Alsina, after his first album, his second album started to take a nosedive. And then after that, he fell off the earth. He got really sick. He's like, look, nobody knows about me right now. I'm connected to possibly the biggest
family
actor and family on the face of the planet. Why would I not use this to catapult myself into superstardom yet again? And that's exactly what happened, because
it worked.
Everybody was talking about August Alsina and the Smiths.
And they still are.
Now, Will, being the genius that he is like, we need to create our own narrative. So let's go back to the table and say that we're separated.
Let's get these 12. Did you see that 12 million views?
Yes, but that was dumb for Will to do that.
Yeah, because now he is going through that.
We looked at Will Smith like King of Wakanda, right? The girls wanted to sleep with Will Smith. The guys wanted to be Will Smith. This was the first time we looked at Will Smith and was like, yo, this dude is a punk.
Mm-hmm. How you going to let her just do that?
Yo, he's a punk.
You know, his kids, you got Jaden saying Tyler, the creator, is his father. And then you got Willow writing letters to Tupac, and Jada just doing her thing with these little boys. Poor Will. He's just having a midlife crisis out there trying to figure out.
I feel bad.
I feel bad for him.
Everybody's talking about, it's none of our business what happens with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. It's none of our business. We should be. Listen, let me tell you something. This is entertainment.
Facts.
That's what we do. We enjoy entertainment. It allows us to look at our own lives and be like, my shit's not that bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I looked up to Will and Jada for so long.
I used to go on my radio show and say, if Will Smith and Jada separated, it's over for everybody.
Yeah, yep.
Like, there's no hope for marriage if those two people separated. This is how connected I was to Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith in their marriage. And we look at our marriage. We model our marriage after people like that because they seem like they got all their shit together. Now we finally see that they don't, and it's entertaining.
Or we see that they found tricks on how to keep that 25 years going, and then they had somebody like August go ahead and spill the beans. Everybody's always trying to find that spark, always trying to keep things alive.
August was giving her the long stroke.
Yeah, the young long stroke. And Will looking a little tired these days. But Will said about 4 years ago that they went and saw a counselor and they were having a conversation. And one thing he did mention was no matter what happened in their relationship, there was nothing on this earth that Jada could do or that they could do that was going to cause them to separate. They had already at this point made a decision that it's death till death do us part. And that's something that we always say, like, guess what? You ain't going nowhere.
Right.
But when you've made that commitment to each other, you've already been through so many things. I mean, in 20 years, we have been through the ringer. You start to realize that there is nothing. I mean, there's some things, but there is pretty much nothing that is going to cause you to destroy your family of 25 years. It's slim to none that you're going to catch your husband or your wife in the bed with somebody. That will be an ender for me. But there's so many things you can work through. And he said that's why he called it their lifetime partnership. Because he at that point realized that no matter what happened on either side, they were going to figure out a way to work through that. And it's clear that he cheated on her too.
Truthfully, I ain't gonna front, babe. I'm gonna be 100 with you. If you did cheat on me or something like that, honestly, I could sit here and say I would be pissed, I would be angry, I would be emotional because that would hurt me, all this other good stuff. But I think after everything that we've been through in our life, I can honestly see myself forgiving you and moving forward at some point. I don't know how long it would take for that to happen. I don't even know if it would happen, but I'm saying it right now, like in my heart of hearts, I feel like I can forgive you.
Yeah. And I
can forgive you.
I don't want to disclose how I would feel because I'm a little crazy inside. But I think about those things. Like, would you really let go of everything for
your whole life?
For everything? I mean, there's so many good things because somebody was weak.
And dipped off.
Somebody was feeling disconnected in their relationship. And people who have been married as long as we are, it's a constant battle in keeping marriage alive.
That's real.
You know what I mean? And if you aren't doing your part to keep that spark alive, to keep that conversation alive, to being entertaining, to having conversation, it happens. It would take a lot.
What's crazy is I feel like our marriage is balanced out. Like, real talk, I'm not the most sexual person, right? Truthfully, I really hate sex most of the time. She's more the aggressor. So when it's time to get going, she jumps in there and she gets me excited. She does all of that, but she's more of the aggressor 9 times out of 10 versus me. I'm not the aggressor a lot of the times because I'm either too tired or I done edited 17 videos and I just don't have the energy. And she forces me like, yo, You need to make this a priority. You need to have the energy. Let's get it popping. And then once we in, I'm gorilla, but that's a whole different story.
If you could look at our marriage sometimes, I swear I'm Peg Bundy and he is totally out. And he's like crying and I'm like, ow! So, but at the end of the day, you have to fight for it. You both can't just give up.
You got to.
I don't care how tired you are.
Let me just say this about the Will and Jada thing. Everybody's hitting me up. I'm getting DMs after DM after DM from people. Let's not forget about the mission. Arrest the police officers that killed Breonna Taylor. All of these different things. I understand. As a black man, trust me, I understand and I know what the mission is. But stop shaming people for taking a little break to be engaged with the entanglement nonsense. Why? Because we're still human beings at the end of the day.
All y'all folks out there sharing posts talking about do this, do that. Have you got on the phone? Have you spent hours calling your jurisdiction and all your people? Have you spent time putting
Have you donated?
Have you donated? Have you been out there on those platforms? Next time, think about those things. We still have to continue to live, but we still will continue to fight.
It's important for us to still try to find some sort of peace because mentally, everything that's happening right now could be mentally damaging. And then you're no good for anybody, not even for yourself, not for your family, not for your children, not for your job. You mentally are exhausted and it's okay. You're a human being. So stop pretending to be some sort of robot thinking that you can't stop for a second. So I wrote on Twitter, I said, stop shaming folks for taking a break from the madness for some much needed entangled entertainment. We're still on the mission. We just stopped for a drink. You know how James Bond is on a mission and he's trying to accomplish it. He's 007. He's on a mission, but James Bond will stop off at a bar with a hot chick and grab a drink and go get him some ass.
Come on.
It's okay to stop off and have a drink.
Yeah.
Get back to the mission, but it's okay to stop off, have a drink, and be a human being for one day.
It's okay
Stop
to
judging
disconnect.
people.
It's okay to disconnect. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and honestly,
it'll break you down.
I had to take a break. I had to step away and take a drink and then get back to the grind because it's mentally draining. It causes depression, it causes fear, it causes a lot of anger, and all of those things affect how we operate as parents or as people in the workforce, or it's just humans every single day. If y'all ain't putting the work in, don't say none.
Yeah, stop judging me. There's a lot of people out there judging. They ain't really out there doing nothing, donating and calling your state and local officials trying to get things done. If you're doing that, keep doing it. But don't be afraid to stop off and grab yourself a White Claw or a Corona or whatever you drink and take a break.
Seltzer. And we have to tell each other consistently because I am constantly like, oh my God, did you see that? And he's constantly, oh my gosh. We have to help each other say, hey, let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
Hey, I don't want to talk about that right now because it has taken a toll on our life. And it's been a rough few months, man.
And keep in mind, for those that got kids, you have to still be a parent to your children. And your children can't see you hurting and upset and crying all day because they'll suck that energy up. You still got to be a parent. The bills are still due. Food needs to still be put on the table. So you got to get your mind right so that you can accomplish what's needed so that you can keep moving forward in your day to day. But yes, we still need to fight. We got to stay on that mission, but it can't be just one person alone. All of us have to stick together. That's the only way it's going to work.
'Cause all we feel is good vibes.